How to avoid motivational burnouts. What if the very thing driving your success, motivation, became the reason for your failure? Have you ever felt so driven one day, only to feel completely drained the next? Let's talk about it. Motivation can feel like rocket fuel. It's powerful but burns out quickly. Many people rely on bursts of inspiration to tackle their goals, but they don't realize this pattern can lead to exhaustion, frustration, and ultimately giving up. Think of it like running a marathon. You can't sprint the whole way. Burnout is what happens when you try to maintain that sprint for too long without pacing yourself. Let me share a story. Meet Tolu. She was fired up about starting her fitness journey. She signed up for the gym, bought the best gear, and hit the ground running, literally. For the first month, she was unstoppable. But then she started skipping sessions, feeling unmotivated, and eventually quit altogether. Tolu didn't fail because she lacked drive. She failed because she didn't manage her motivation. Instead of pacing herself and building sustainable habits, she relied solely on bursts of energy. Here's the truth. Discipline, not motivation, is what keeps you going long term. Motivation is like the spark that lights a fire, but discipline is the steady wood that keeps it burning. Instead of relying on how you feel every day, build systems and routines that don't depend on motivation. For example, if you're working on a big project, break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. Celebrate small wins to keep the momentum going. 1. Set realistic goals. Focus on 1 or 2 priorities at a time. Spreading yourself too thin will only drain you faster. 2. Create a routine. Consistency beats intensity. It's better to show up every day for 30 minutes than to go all in for a week and crash. 3. Take breaks. Rest is productivity's best friend. Plan downtime to recharge mentally and physically. 4. Track progress. Keep a journal or checklist to see how far you've come. This will remind you of your purpose when motivation wanes. Remember, motivation isn't a constant. It will come and go. What matters is your ability to keep showing up, even on days you don't feel like it. Think of people you admire, whether athletes, entrepreneurs, or artists. They didn't succeed because they were always motivated. They succeeded because they were disciplined. So what's one area of your life where you've been relying too much on motivation? And how will you start building systems to stay consistent instead? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're planning to avoid burnout.